and maybe it is a confusion. So can you try to go to the presentation, please, Sarah? Okay. Okay, we have also, podemos admitir a Marion. Hello, Marion. Good morning. So,
hola, hola.
hola. So I will share my desktop. I was explaining, Marion, that this workshop is part of the Fab Academy. I will explain also that is part of the CMakes project. And this workshop will be held locally, but I will share the documentation and they can see where is everything documented. Sorry. Let's try. I will share my desktop. Okay. ¿Es esto? ¿Dónde está esto? Okay, so I think you are seeing my desktop now, and this is a workshop that is part of a CMakes project that is a European project, and some of the Fab Labs in the network in Europe are part of this project. So the thing we have to explain in this project is that CMakes wants to bridge the gap, the gender gap in the textile world, So this workshop is called Modular Fashion because we are trying to make that one of the most sorry, because the words don't come to my brain. The thing is that one of the most I don't know how to say that in English, but this is one of the industries that causes more pollution in the planet. That is the fashion, is the textile industry. So when we are trying to make garments, when we are trying to make some clothes, we have a lot of leftovers. So with this with this workshop, we will try to reduce the extra consume of fabrics. And this workshop will let you to make some garments, some accessories, some clothes, and you will need to design properly in digital design to make it accessible to a machine, a digital fabrication machine, because after designing the garment, the pieces that we are trying to design today, we can laser cut them, and then we can interlock them to make some geometries like 2D or 3D geometries. After this explanation, and before we start the workshop locally, I will share continuously this slide, because you have here at the bottom the link to the Fab Academy web page, where you can find all the documentation that you can need to follow this workshop. And of course, you can join the Fabric Academy next course that will be starting September, and the applications are open now. So the thing that we can use in the Fab Labs and the makerspaces is that we have some techniques accessible to almost everyone, and these are the laser cut. We have some CNC, we have 3D printers, we have some electronics, and of course they are coming the new hack machines like the sewing machines, the knitting machines, that they are machines that they are electronic, but we cannot connect them properly to a computer. But in the Fab Labs and in the makerspaces, we can hack them and use them to make some nice garments. And one of the things that we can make for this workshop is that we can search some geometries, some tessellations that it should be so nice to have in our accessories or in our garments, and they are inspired also in the tessellations. So you can think about that geometries, about that designs, and you can think how to implement these designs into your own garments. These are some of the samples. Using these ideas, there are some designers in the world that make these pieces, one of them also, only one design, and when they interlock these pieces, they have a nice garments like curtains, like bags, and so on. One of the examples is one from Takehiro Ando, that he designs kuma, that are small pieces. Like here in Fab Lab León, we have group of small girls that are called poderosas. That is the meaning like powerful girls. And they call this piece Mickey Mouse because they say that it's like like a bear or like a mouse, and they are interlocking them to make not only curtains, not only bags, but they are making some collars and pendants and so on. It's so nice because you have to interlock the same pieces again and again and again, and you can have a lot of different garments. And another design is this one from the same designer, and this piece is called Cross. That is like a cross, and the shapes of the design are circles instead of only line, and you can join one to another and make that something bigger. These are examples from different designers. Here is Kosuke Tsumura. You can make this piece larger or smaller, and for making something big or something smaller. So what you can try is to you can try to design one of these pieces that can be interlocked to another and make something big. And you can play also with different colors and have something like this. I don't know if you can see the camera, but if you interlock these pieces, you can see in different colors, you can have different patterns from one side and from another side. These are different. This is like trebles, and these are bags. So there are different examples, like the case for your devices. You have also here the web page of the designers, and you have also another case for the computer. And also it allows you to customize your own garment putting some pockets in your jacket and so on. This is one of the designs of Fab Textiles in the IAC, in Fab Lab Barcelona. And there, here you have plenty of examples to inspire and make your own starting piece to make something there. You can also use that for interlocking and for avoiding seams in your garment. There are different designs that you can use to inspire, but the idea is that you are able to modify and customize to your own garment. And here is also a very interesting platform that we are using to upload every design that we are making, and we can upload it to circularfashion.com. And you can see also some of the designs, and you can download them, you can make some comments, and you can use it to laser cut it. And okay, so the workflow for this workshop will be you have to start designing it in 2D, but first before designing it in a computer, you can try to design it manually with rulers and with paper and with pencils, and try to interlock them and check that they are working. Then you will test it, and after that, when you are sure that it's okay, you can laser cut, and after that you can laser cut different colors, a lot of pieces, and then you will interlock to make your garment. So this is the first step. You can try in paper and think about the tabs, about the holes you need to make, depending on the thickness of the fabric or the paper. It will be different if you want to interlock the piece. This is an example of the library. If you want to try with different interlocks in different ways to interlock the pieces. And this is an example if you want to document it, how you can connect it. This is the way to interlock, to connect from different directions. And this is a work from Jessica Stanley, also a Fabric Academy alumni. And she's explaining the work she did to make these tessellations. And you can also try with different materials. You can try with felt, you can try with the scuba knit. Sometimes it's called like neoprene, but you have to be careful with the neoprene because if you are cutting it in the laser cutter, the neoprene is not suitable for the laser cutter because it contains chloride. So you have to be sure that the material you are putting in your laser cutter doesn't have chloride. And you can use different materials and try to connect them and check which is more suitable for you. You can use different softwares to make it digitally, like Inkscape, Illustrator, Fusion. We will use here the Inkscape and also the Rhino, but you can use whatever you want because you are designing in 2D, and you can keep in mind what is the workflow for in your Fab Lab or in your makerspace or in the lab you are using the laser cut. And the final thing you have to think that is maybe too high level for this workshop is to think in the pattern of your garment. That is this size you have here in the curve, and try to put the different pieces over it, maybe with pencil, or if you are very comfortable with, very confident, sorry, with your digital software, you can put and calculate how many pieces you need to make your own garment. Okay. I don't know if there are some questions. Okay. Okay, here is Adrian repeating again and again the link. So you have a lot of documentation to try. And you have at the end of the documentation different shapes you can try to connect them. Thank you, Madam Arian. And there are different shapes you can try to, you can start with, if you are not so confident with the digital designing, you can start trying with the paper, with the rulers, with the scissors and the pencil, and try to connect the different shapes and see how you can interlock them to make a garment. Here is also an open software that is SVG Nest, and you can use it to put the pieces and try to sorry, I don't find the word, try to have the less overlap in your fabric. Try to not have a lot of fabric you have to put it in the garbage. And there are different things you have to interlock them. It will be different if you are trying with fabric with different thickness. Sometimes you will be okay with just a line. And sometimes if it is yeah, it's thick, more thick, you have to put like a rectangle. Different shapes like circles, like squares with round corners. And if you are playing with different colors, you will get this nice like mosaics in your garment. You can search in Google tessellation garment, and you will find a lot of pictures of garments that you can try. And of course, you can combine different shapes and have these beautiful drawings. Here is also with like octagons that are part of the squares and so on. And finally, you will try to interlock. And if you are so creative, you can think how a 2D piece can be converted to like a 3D, because when you are connecting these triangles, you will get like stars. So it's very, very nice, and I think it's very complicated at the beginning. And the second part of this workshop here in León, we will try to make the Fab 16 logo in tessellations. So the process we will follow is to have a logo. It's better to have in black and white. We will try to pixelate, that is the opposite of vectorize, and we will try to put it in GIMP. If we want 30 per 30, if we want 30 pieces of this garment, we will try to make like a curtain. I will post some pictures at the end of the workshop, and you can put the settings in GIMP of the settings of the canvas. You can set it in 30 pixels, and here is the at the right, on the right, you can see the logo of the Fab 16. You cannot see Montreal. It's a pity, but it's not possible because the pieces we are using is like that. We will do it with the Mickey Mouse of the Takehiro Ando, and we will cut. We will design it in rhinoceros, and then we will laser cut and we will interlock them. And this is the workshop for today. And this is the tessellation we will do. We will cut in 3 colors, in white, in blue, and in orange. And that's all. I don't know if you have some questions, because we will very pleased if you have some pictures. You can try to post them in Instagram and tag please the CMEX European project, Fab 16 Montreal, and of course Fab Lab León. So I don't know if you have any questions, because we have to start the workshop locally. You can put the questions in the chat and try to answer them. I think some like 10 minutes before the end, that is at 11, we will try to connect everything. Yeah, it's very nice, but you can try to begin with the paper and the scissors. It's like a crafting, and when you are checking that everything works fine, then you can try to digital design it and try to cut in the laser cutter, and you will make like a test and see that when you are stretching it, you don't have the pieces in your hands. So it's very nice. I like this workshop too much. So the idea is that when you have some clothes that you have not, you will not use anymore, because maybe you have a hole in the sleeves or so on, you can use this fabric and reuse it to make another garment from the beginning. Yeah, Pugong is asking about the connection among the garment pieces. Are they tight enough for us to be safe? Yeah, that is a question. It will depend on the type of the fabric you are using. You can, and these are some tests that you have to try with your fabric. It will be different if you are using thin felt that if you are using a thicker one. Okay. Yes, but the first thing is using scissors, maybe with cutters also. So it's the first stage of the prototype, using common tools. Not everyone has access to a laser cutter, but sometimes it's not so only the access, but the knowledge of this workflow. You have to know how to digital design, you have to know how to digital machine and everyone. So we can try to make a tessellations and try to connect different pieces. And if you have felt, you can try to cut. When you are cutting with the scissors, maybe the cut is not so perfect like the felt, like the laser cutter, but you can try and you can test if the interlocking is okay or not. And we have also another picture here, this one, that is a nice material that is called scuba knit, that you have 2 pieces of knitting and in the middle you have like a foam, and you can press it and connecting very nice. And it will depend, answering to Puong question, that I think that the question is that the piece, the garment is not disassembling, right? And I don't know if it's the correct question, if I understood your question, but it will depend on the type of the fabric. And the thing is that you have to think yeah, this shape of the connection. It will depend if you want to connect different pieces in a thin felt. You cannot put like a rectangle, because if you tight, if you stretch, it will disassemble. So that is the thing you have to try also. How is the shape you have to design so that the pieces will not disassemble. Okay. Yeah, that is the question. So this is so creative. I think everybody has access to the documentation, and I will put here the second, for the ones that joins later. I want to make some acknowledge to the project that is behind this, that is IMEX, an European project that tries to bridge the gap, the gender gap in the textile world. That is called IMEX, and this is a nice project that allow different Fab Labs in the network connect to each other and have a very, very nice project. Here in Fab Lab León, with IAC, Fab Lab Barcelona, also with Fab Lab on Lafayette in Geneva, and also with the RAG in Amsterdam, and another Fab Labs in the European country. We are making the learning paths so that the girls from 8 years old, they can come closer to the technology and see how they can be part of the textile world, because they can think about new materials and also about wearables and putting electronics in the garment, so they can think about being like entrepreneurs in the future in the textile world. Okay, so I will let you with this slide, where you can see everything, and you can follow this last link that is part of the Fab Academy, sorry. And this is a program like the Fab Academy, and you can join it if you want, because the applications are open till September. That is the date where we begin. So I think you have all the documentation, and you can put some questions in the chat. And I will come some minutes before 11, before the workshop ends, and try to answer everything. Okay, I will leave also the camera open, so you can see how the workshop is running here in Fab Lab León. Okay, so I will leave you and see you later. Please put the questions in the chat. See you later. So hello, Beth. I don't know if you are there. Y puso fotos, ¿no? Ah, so nice. We are seeing the pieces you post in Instagram. Thank you so much for tagging us. They are so cute. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Hi, Beth. How are you?
I'm fine. And I work very slowly. Plus, it's 4 in the morning here, or maybe 5.
Oh.
But I enjoyed everything you presented.
Yeah, thank you so much. We have seen the pictures you posted in Instagram, so they are so cute. So you can experiment when you have access to the lab, to the laser cutter, and maybe make some different tabs and interlocking systems and so on. Have you seen all the documentation of the Fabricademy and the Open Circular Fashion also?
Oh, I watch it a lot. I watch your YouTube.
Super. I will let you my email if you want, and if you want to be in contact with us, please write me Nuria at fablableon.org. That is my email, and so nice to meet you, Beth. Yeah, maybe you can go.
Can you repeat?
Yeah, you have it in the
Can you
chat.
repeat?
Yeah, you have it in the chat.
Good.
And that is Nuria at fablableon.org.
Okay. And
Okay.
I started with a very simple one, and now I'm going to move on. Thank you.
Here the same. You can see how many people are trying to make the same. So they have to post photos again also, and see what happens.
That sounds great. I worked with Liza Stark.
Let's start. Wow, it's amazing. She's amazing.
Yeah, this past January and February. So
wow.
she's watching the Fabric Academy videos.
Yeah, they are super nice. I asked her to use her documentation in English and translate it to Spanish, and it's very, very amazing. I love her work.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Okay, Beth, we have to finish now.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a nice day.